Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
So me and James got roaringly drunk about 10 or 11 in the morning and went sightseeing.
Start spreading the news.
We went to the top of the Empire State Building and just started drinking. And whatever that did for us, it helped.
This poor Winnebago just died an ugly death.
The trailer didn't have a top when it ended.
It was probably the odor of all the alcohol that just killed it. I mean, it was crazy.
We're out of beer, pal. Beer.
Everyone was calling us Alcoholica. We'd roll into town and, you know, I'd hear people screaming, Alcoholica! The name just stuck.
I'm gonna leave.
We were proud of that. We're living the rock and roll dream, and we can drink more than you.
For the most part, the booze just fueled those first few shows and then started fueling those first few tours.
We had to drink before we went on stage.
Getting warmed up.
I remember being fearful one night. Oh, I'm not drunk. What do you mean we're going on in 10 minutes? Oh, you know, trying to drink as much as possible. It's just crazy.
I just want to say cheers to all you guys. Thanks for coming down and getting nutty with us, man. Cheers.
We were out to drink and destroy. We'd come out of clubs at 7 in the morning. People are off on their way to work. We're jumping on the hoods of their cars at stop signs. Go to work.
The kind of stuff that we were doing just probably shouldn't be talked about in family television.
Shooting guns off at hotels, you know, in the middle of Hollywood.
San Francisco Metal Night at the Whiskey in L.A., and me and James went down there.
Say hi to Cliff.
And we looked down on the stage. We heard this wild solo going on. There's this big mop of red hair going nuts, you know, and it was a wah sound. It's like, man, that guitar is heavy. And we look and we're counting the strings on it. Dude, that's a bass.
It was this guy, Cliff Burton. Me and James had never seen anything like him, and we just looked at each other and said, we have to get this guy in our band.
We were determined to kick people's ass, and we did.
I love them. They're my favorite band.
We started noticing that there would be many more females showing up at the gigs.
A lot of chicks. Looks like 50-50. That's the sign of making it.
Sometimes 2, sometimes 14.
Whoever was in the shower last would get the not so good looking ones, you know.
I'd be lying to you if I said it wasn't pretty fun. It was a night like most of the rest of them on that tour. Play a show, hang out, drink, and stumble onto the bus.
That night we were in Sweden. We were on our way to Denmark for a show.
Me and Cliff were the last 2 people up. I went to bed before he did. The next thing that happened was I just remember hearing these loud noises.
It wasn't an earthquake, it was the back wheels of the bus jumping.
The bus flipped and was rolling.
And I thought, oh my God, we're going off a cliff or something.
The bus, you know, went over on its side, you know, and I kicked out the back window, which is the emergency window. I don't know what it was, 15-degree weather outside. You know, we're all in our underwear.
I just started freaking out. And I just knew instantly that something was horribly wrong. I could hear everyone else screaming and crying, but I didn't hear Cliff's voice.
It was all kind of odd because we were standing there going like, where's Cliff?
And turn around, I could see Cliff's feet sticking out from underneath the bus.
There's no movement, there's no nothing. And that was just something that I'll never forget. The vision is just, it's burnt into my mind.
I felt like an orphan, you know? It felt like I had lost, you know, an older brother.
We were out on tour one evening in August '92 in Montreal.
We go out there and play our set. Everything's fine, you know, the audience is grooving.
During the song Fade to Black, I moved for some reason. I was right over a canister that would shoot up a 12-foot chemical flame. That's what we did. All the strings melted off the guitar instantly. I mean, it was the most horrific pain.
I was like, holy, I can't believe it. I can't believe this is happening.
Half my hair was gone, half my mustache and beard was gone, half my skin on my arm was gone.
I could visibly see the skin rising off the back of his hand.
Once we got to the emergency room, James was already talking about how we could continue the tour.
The Metallica attitude is, okay, that happened, but that's not going to stop me from doing this.
James would not be able to play guitar for quite a while, but he could continue singing.
So we got another guitar player, and we were up and running again within, 2.5 weeks.
Told by the people who live them.
If you haven't heard of us, guess what? You will.
Towards the end of the St. Anchor cycle, we realized, okay, now we have to get a bass player because now we have to take this elsewhere.
So we started auditioning.
I thought that it would be really, really great if I at least got an opportunity to jam with the guys. So when I received that phone call, you know, I was pretty excited.
I could, hook our battery.
It was so evident that he was the guy for us.
I looked over at him during Whiplash. He was just right in the pocket and in there. It hadn't been played that way since Cliff.
We wanted to send a message that he would start out immediately as an equal.
To show you how serious we are about this, offer you $1 million to join our band right now.
Whew. I can't really talk right now.
Metallica is in better shape than it's ever been before. And when you've been doing something like this for 23 years, that's a pretty big statement.
It seemed for a long time like we would never really make it to this point.
All right.
But we're still here and we're still kicking ass.
Get on the train with us and hold on tight because we don't stop, we go hard.
We still rule the world.